If you're a man, you don't cry about it. You take life, the ups and downs. If you're a real man, you never go down, you just stay up. That's why this sport coat costs $800 and that costs $200. And I don't know what that costs, I'd be ashamed to wear it. That's why I'm wearing lizard shoes and a Rolex watch.
Importing it, snorting it, any competition extorting it, anything I want affording it, got enough crack to get forward a hit, turn a saint to a sinner, lose to a winner, whether old school or upbeat, getting my shit's the best, Rick's the best, have your heart beating right out your chest, that Ric Flair like, woo! That Ric Flair like, woo! This is all I do, I got that Ric Flair like, woo! Woo! Styling, profiling, that Ricky make a girl go, woo! Big cause.
Hold on.
Cue cards?
Goblin and Ogre.
No.
He must be good at fucking though, because because women talk. So if they're if they're fucking them all,
Women talk. I can tell you. No, yeah, it sounds like he is, because the stories of the women that were always mad at him or something like that, it just feels like when women are always mad at you but still stay with you, that means it's everything you're doing is good, except for emotionally.
Yeah.
Is Dana ever mad at you?
She's been upset with me.
Oh, look at this guy, big dick. Still married.
Yeah, she hates me.
What
ladies, huh?
What's your common small fights that are no big deal? I don't want to bring up. Oh, I slept with her sister or something like that. No, what's like a minor
something that I can't control, I guess, is that I kick in my sleep and stuff. But that's that's I don't know, just
So
I get annoyed with certain things.
The longer you guys are together with each other.
I'm a little short-tempered at times.
That's not that bad. There was a guy who was. You hear about that guy who was acquitted of murdering his in-laws because of sleepwalking?
No.
Yeah, apparently, he got in his car. Yes,
everything's good.
He got in his car and drove to his in-laws' place, sleepwalking, and murdered them, and he got acquitted.
That can't
so
be.
Kicking somebody in their sleep is not that bad.
Yeah,
you could be acquitted.
How did he prove he was
I don't
sleepwalking?
know. I just kind of read the surface story, and I was like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do to prevent this type of thing in the future?
I guess, like a werewolf, you get chained to your bed. I don't know.
But how do they know? They have to know you're a sleepwalker first. And then he has to.
Have we started? We started, right?
Yeah, we started.
Oh, we started?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this
you
is
left
the Goblin
that
Ogre podcast.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if I should
the Goblin and Ogre podcast.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Ogre. We got Josh Infald, fan favorite, and a newbie, Nebin.
Yeah. Am I actually a fan favorite or just one of your guys?
We don't have fans, so it's hard to tell.
You're our favorite.
We are fans of our own podcast, and we're a fan of you. So in that sense. You know what I did want to bring up without mentioning what it was? You know what kind of not of a friend of yours is? Lee is vaguely recently you got in a little tiff with another comedian. Turned out fine. You guys got along. You know how salivating he was to be like, oh, let's have him on.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
He loves a good drama. Lee's a drama queen.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. We are Toronto's #1 gossip podcast. I was just doing my job.
Your job as a gossip artist? Yeah, that's true. Gossip should be our thing. We got to make it. We got to be like guy versions of like girls. When it comes to guys. We are. Yeah. I think we're girl versions of guys.
Okay. That's better. That's what I want to do. Because somebody once told me, your podcast is all about gossip.
Who said that?
I forget.
Name drop him.
Yeah. We should gossip about them.
It was a girl who said it. I forget who it was. It might have been my ex. It might have been Becca.
I love it.
And I thought that was really funny. I was just like, if
did she enjoy it though, or was that a complaint?
Yeah, she liked it. I didn't really care for the comment at the time, but then it got funny to me, and I was like, yeah, that's what we should be then. We have to actually kind of zero in and focus on that whole, approach. So yeah, I was salivating at Josh.
And
Kyle.
getting into a tiff.
Yeah.
But I guess it's kind of like a hip hop thing. like that would
Everybody
be
loves
considered a
beef.
beef, right? But they won't consider it like effeminate, or it's not.
No, that's true. That's true.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like all that Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff.
Yeah, that's
everyone,
not like
was gossiping about it.
yeah.
And that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they shot each other, which apparently,
Well,
Drake
so
got
his-
shot at.
yeah,
his
security guard,
His security
right?
guard got shot.
But they said that wasn't Kendrick Lamar related.
No.
It was an XO thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rumor is that it was a Weeknd-related shooting because one of Weeknd's guys got shot in L.A. like a week before, which to me seems like, that's probably connected.
Right.
You
Do you ever get heckled by people on the street?
No, last time we
No.
heckled people. We only did one
that's
out
fun.
here
That's
before,
fun.
and
yeah.
we were like, we should turn out the camera and talk about people as they pass.
That'd be a
Until-
wise idea to actually have like a camera pointing. At,
I wanted to set
so
it
in
up, but
case we could
I just
use
didn't do
some-
it this time. But I'm thinking if we do the patio cast again, definitely, and
we
the
also
cast too.
And we also really need to stop producing while we're podcasting.
Yeah, just talking about. That's
we're
part
gonna
of the
do this
gossip.
and we're gonna do that, and we don't. Like,
That's what the first is never getting to it.
yeah, exactly. So Nebin, why are you dressed as beautiful?
Oh yeah,
like
about
a flight
me.
attendant.
Yeah.
Flight attendant. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to like stand out at work
Yeah.
because
Because you're single and alone.
Yeah, that's why I even colored my hair and everything.
Yeah.
It's like I
That's
want,
not your natural hair color.
No, it's not. It's
Oh.
not. Oh.
You mean brand new penny is not a natural hair color?
I can't even tell Dan,
Give me the
Dan's
Infald beard.
a natural
Yeah.
hair color. What is your natural hair color?
My natural hair color,
Bald.
like black. Yeah, bald. I was born, I was gonna say I was born bald.
Thanks for finishing my joke. Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about why I dress like a fucking guy who picks up luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I wear like a 3-piece suit, so I usually like remove the suit while I'm at work.
Yeah.
So then I kind of like got comfortable wearing this.
Yeah.
So I kind of like it. Not really a particular reason. I'm just trying to bring out a new kind of fashion.
I think it would be cool if you dyed your eyebrows, because I don't see people doing that, like matching
Yeah.
the hair dye with the
Yeah.
eyebrows.
I might do that because this is just it's not a finished job. It's just like half done. It's just bleached, so I'm gonna go get a blonde soon. So like 2 days. I'm just waiting for my hair not to get fucked up.
So if you're going blonde, you have to go ginger first and then blonde.
Yeah, because my hair's super fucking black. So like
how black is? No. yeah.
yeah, I had to like bleach it twice to get this color. So
Oh.
then one
I've heard
day,
it's bad for your hair to do
It
that.
is
Is
very
it?
bad.
What? Why?
Don't
What
do
does
it,
it do?
kids.
What is it like? What
makes
does
you
it
a
kill?
douche. But doesn't it kill like follicles or?
Yeah,
some shit like
because
that?
And it makes
get
you go bald earlier. I've heard,
None
or
of you guys
something?
have ever dyed your hair ever.
I put in that fake.
Once.
I put in that fake blue stuff that you could wash out when I was a kid.
Oh,
But I
Manic
never
Panic.
actually.
It was called the Manic Panic, where you put it like, is it like a gel or
Something
like
like
spray?
that. Yeah, I think it was. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah,
but
that's cool. Yeah,
I could
yeah.
wash it out like right away and stuff.
So
For
like,
Halloween once, I was David Suzuki, and I had to put my hair all white.
Yeah.
It didn't look bad actually. So that's why I feel like once I go gray or whatever,
I'm getting a lot of grays.
Fine. Where
Yeah.
where are you getting them?
Sides.
The sides? Yeah, I got
That's
a couple.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah, but how old are you?
33.
30. Yeah, it's just you're married. Like, what do you want?
Well, I said when I just want to let myself go gray naturally, but
Yeah.
Dana,
Now-
she wants me to dye it once
Just-
it gets like really, like why?
just for men?
I guess.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
not, I don't want to do that.
And I like
No.
that Josh's beard is the same color as Nebin's dyed hair.
I told this joke like
yeah.
20 minutes ago, but it didn't land.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I said he asked the salon for the Josh Infald beard.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I heard that, but I didn't laugh.
He
But
is-
now I laugh.
he is in love with him, right?
Oh, that's his theory.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's his theory.
What?
Yeah.
I'm in love with him, or he's in love with me.
Whoa, no, nobody thinks Josh is in love with you.
Okay,
We all-
fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I have love for you.
Yeah.
That's the meanest. No. Like as a friend, it's normal, but like if you guys were actually dating, that's the meanest thing you
okay.
could have
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's not my theory. Don't say it to. Drunk Lee was the first one who said it to me.
Oh
Who-
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Drunk Lee is
it
a
was
menace.
at your
Drunk Lee is the
bachelor
same
party.
person.
okay.
It was at your bachelor party. I showed up late, and Lee was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would have mattered if I showed up early. Lee would have been drunk, but Lee was drunk. And I saw Nebin and was like, hey, whatever. And then Lee turns to me at some point and he goes, he's so fucking in love with Josh.
It's just I really admire and
that was
respect
just out of
Josh.
jealousy.
Yeah. No, I genuinely believe he is the funniest person I've ever met after myself.
Yeah.
So I've never met anyone so funny like Josh. He's actually amazing. So I'm like mesmerized by
and I think that's why Josh got the cops called on him. Because it was too funny.
I wanted to do like a voiceover thing, but I'm not good with technology. It would have been too much work because. So we're in
like a
her
911
parents'
operator. What's your
basement, so we have
emergency?
the camera footage, right? Yeah. So I wanted to be like, some little pussy called the cops. For I know
Some
we shouldn't
skinny
be here.
pussy.
So we had to. Sorry, he's just being a little bitch.
and his fucking kicks.
I mean, there's so much to kind of dissect about that whole situation.
Yeah.
And this is how I know Josh is either in love with Kyle or or has a big heart and is so forgiving. Because I just go like, from what I've been made aware of, I just go, how the fuck do you just stay cool with a person like that? Like I go, I'd actually want to snap his neck.
Okay, so because it's not the cop thing that bothered me the most, because apparently he actually thought I was like that was a legit threat, and then, I don't know. So it's the fact. It's the lie. After how he tried to post it on Facebook, because I'm not in that group. He didn't know my wife is in that group, so he posted like, "Oh, Josh is saying I called the cops. He probably called the cops." And then like all these screenshots, like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up about me? I saved those screenshots.
Why?
Because I'm like, I was gonna bring them up when Josh came on the pod.
On a surface level, I'm cool, but like, and if I see him, he does this thing where he's like, "Hey, let's take a picture." I shouldn't, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of the picture. But like to show, like, "Oh, we're okay." Like,
yeah.
But
it's so slimy and sneaky and just fucking gross.
We're not. I'm not gonna like ever
I think
hang out with him.
Peace is good. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. It's not like, but I don't think that's
because
normal to play.
I don't want to waste energy hating him, but I don't like him. That's an honest truth. Like forget his comedies. I just don't like the guy.
Yeah, you can not like someone.
Yeah.
I have never liked Lee.
Wow.
That's why this podcast works. That's why we do it every week consistently.
It's so funny
I walked by.
Yeah.
I went to the LCBO first, and I saw you sitting here by yourself. And I did the same thing that I did to Charlie.
Yeah.
I kind of hid so that you wouldn't see me. I don't want to spend any more time with you than I have to.
Hey, you ever see somebody that you used to know, like from like high school or whatever, and you're not like, you don't hate them or anything, but
you
just don't want to talk.
You're almost You're like, I've seen people and I go, "Hey, should I say hi to them?" And I'm like, "Why?" So then you kind of try to like avoid, and you figure they might have seen you, but they're doing the same thing. And like, you don't want to make the awkward eye contact where you have. I would like to almost make eye contact and just be like, and have a moment where we're gonna like talk and just be like, "Why are we doing this?" Like we didn't talk back then, like, or we did, but
no, I've done that before. I mean, where I work right now, there's a girl that I used to go to high school with. Granted, we never really talked.
Yeah,
but we know each other enough where. The first time I saw her, because I see her still sometimes, I literally looked her up and down and just kept walking. like an acknowledgement, "Oh, you," and then just kept walking.
This is why you never don't do it, and I'll never do it again. Is if you see someone, unless you were really excited to see that person, don't ever do it, because I did it once while like a little after high school, like maybe like 5 years. I saw this dude who I wouldn't say we were close, but my closest friends in high school were his closest friends, so he was just that other guy kind of vaguely in our group. And I saw him, and I just decided to say hi out of kindness, and he called me buddy the whole time, like, "Hey, buddy," and it was like 5 minutes in that I realized he doesn't remember my name.
No.
And I couldn't have been more mad at myself.
You know who I saw do what I do to people? And it made me respect him and like him more. Alistair Dooley. I saw him at like some subway station, and we kind of made eye contact,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
saw that he didn't want to. And neither did I. And I was like, this guy rules. I can't wait to actually see him at a comedy show to talk to him, because I don't want to talk to him on the subway platform right now.
I'll tell you, Alistair
Yeah.
Dooley, guarantee I believe every part of that story because he doesn't give a shit. To like, he doesn't feel awkward. He doesn't like.
No.
He does nothing bothers him. That guy's a hero.
It's like at Comedy Bar, there's a few people. I think so. Andrew Barr. I
forgot
know
about
he
that dude.
used to not like me. I used to not like
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
But I don't know what he thinks now. But I know we don't like each other enough to talk to each other. So like, I know he sees me when I'm there, and I see him, and it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna. What's the point of doing a fake chit chat thing? And then
Do you know that Andrew Barr offered me $20? Yeah.
That's off.
why is that?
To taste his bar.
Like, easiest 20 I've ever made. Andrew Barr came to my place when I was living with Marlena.
Yeah.
And Marlene was, I think he's trying to like fuck me. I think he's trying to like hit on me or whatever.
Yeah.
So I
What?
came out and I was like hanging out with them, and apparently I was so
Not him. He meant Marlene.
I thought Andrew
I
Barr's
just
a
realized what
fag.
he
Like,
put-
yeah.
my
yeah.
old roommate, and
Okay.
apparently he brought booze over, and she said, I don't remember this. She said, you insulted his comedy, you insulted him, and you drank all his booze.
Yes, I love it.
And I didn't remember that.
Wow.
Well,
The nerve on the guy.
he's a guy who I would say he's clever. There's a lot of comics
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I watch them. Somebody will send me a clip, and I'm like, oh, that's a clever little take. But I'm sick of comics and their clever little takes.
Yeah.
Look at this
No.
fucking idiot being funny.
No,
What a
'cause it's not-
loser.
that's the thing. When it's like,
It's not fun. Clever is not
Clever,
always
yeah,
funny.
it's
Clever's
not-
just
it's like, oh yeah, I
get
see
it.
that, but it's yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, I know what you mean. It doesn't
It's like
equate.
it's
It makes you go like this.
I had to block him on Instagram recently. Cause I
Andrew
don't know,
Barr?
because I don't know.
all
if
his
he
sober
paid-
posts.
I don't know if he paid for advertising.
Oh yeah.
It always
he
pops
paid.
up.
He paid for yeah.
I'm an alcoholic
Yeah.
drug addict. I'm like, are you?
Like
Block
fucking
him.
yeah.
I'm sick of seeing you. I don't like you.
I'm glad he's not. That's not in my algorithm. I didn't know that.
It's, yeah, they.
fuck,
I
it
also
just kept
get
coming
like a
up.
lot of comics like ads like from.
Well, like show ads. That makes sense. You pay for show ads.
no, just like reels of like
and then
certain
they pay
comics
for the reel to get.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was seeing like Andrew Barr shit, and that reminded
yeah.
me of like that very awkward. And you guys remember the dungeon, right? Aaron Bork,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Irish legend. His like edgy dungeon COVID like danger show. So like Andrew
Did you call
Barr.
him Bork too?
Bork. Yeah. Just like his comedy, very
Never's just
borking.
guessing white names. He's like, I don't know what garbage Irish dumb fuck name. All right, yeah. Well, the
So
dungeon.
yeah, so he was headlining that day.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he didn't make the headlines.
You know why? You know why you got to be a real man? That was a clever joke, and you got to go spit in his face. That was a clever joke. You just told me you had a clever. Go spit in his face.
I like clever jokes, but it was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
I like it. Like
it's only because I hated on Andrew.
Yeah. I would consider some of your jokes clever, but not in a bad way. But I love your
okay,
jokes.
you know who
but, like,
everybody loves, and I don't like. And sometimes
I love these conversations. These I call him Gossip Queen. This is the happiest I'll ever be.
Mark Normand. I hate his voice. Like his jokes, they're
Somebody
good
told me that
jokes. I
recently.
just don't like him.
Yeah, somebody told me that recently.
Yeah. So
Comedy.
and it's like, oh, like
Yeah.
I don't mind him.
I don't mind him. I do think Joe List is a better out of the two. I've never watched Sam Morril, but yeah, out of like clever. Because sorry, I'm only grouping them because they both do clever jokes.
yeah,
But I just find Joe List a lot funnier.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. No, I was hoping you were gonna
Someone
say
would-
someone we can really shit on. But no, yeah, I get that.
Someone in our scene.
Well, actually, so speaking of
O'Brien.
Andrew Barr, so it was funny. So I was only made aware of the
Cover your Super Mario socks. They're bothering me.
I was only made aware of Andrew Barr's like sober post from Tyler Morrison because he was saying like they were annoying him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should.
For no-
Wait, I don't know if it's good to talk shit about other people talking shit, but no. So
It's fine.
no, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I got to give it to you. Something about like no, I got to congratulate you. you were right to hate Andrew like way before I did or something like that. And I like that.
Complimenting him on being ahead of the game of
Something like
hating
that.
someone.
Anki TT.
And he's like, no, you were right.
You were hating on
So
him.
now
when
I
it
just got to
wasn't
get him
cool.
onto Tommy Marshall. Hey, Tyler, you're a good guy. You're very funny. And Kyle Lucy. Like, why are you putting on Kyle Lucy specials for him?
Yeah.
Actually, because I just told this group that I was done hating Kyle Lucy.
I know.
This
I was just thinking in my head. I'm like, this is gonna reignite.
No, it's like
something.
I don't. No. Tommy Marshall. He's just a smarmy. Like fuck Tommy Marshall.
Yeah.
I hate those smarmy comics.
Yeah.
Like him and Andrew Barr. They're very smarmy.
And I don't
Tommy
like,
Marshall.
I don't like fake edge like Kyle. Like there's just people. Look, we could hate whoever we want. There's a lot of people that hate me that have never even spoken 2 words to me.
Yeah.
They just get secondhand information about me, and then they decide he's a piece of shit because whoever's ass I'm trying to kiss hates him, so I should hate him too. And that's really what it's been like, especially female comics. And then all these fucking wokey, faggy, queer, I'll suck off my own gender comics. That, me
But at
saying
the
this alone,
same
they should hate
time,
me.
I feel, at the same time, I feel like the edgy comics do the same shit too. They're like, oh, we have to hate that bitch because she hangs out with the woke crowd. So there is like shots fired on both sides. That's why I fucking hate the edgy community and the fucking woke community. So fuck both of you.
I just hate
fucking kill yourselves.
wokeness, but if there was a person that was woke, technically, and I got along with, which there have been, and people that it's like, you put that aside, and I think they're funny, whatever, that's one thing. Yes, I hate the idea of woke, and I hate people who adopt woke mentality. But funny, if I like you as a person, look, if you're nice to me, this is how easy I am. If you like me,
I like you.
I'm gonna like you immediately until, let's say, I don't like your comedy, and then I mention that I don't think you're good on stage, and you get mad at me. Now I hate you.
A lot of edgy comics get offended because you don't think I'm funny? You guys suck.
Yeah, just because you're edgy doesn't mean you don't have a set of
Exactly.
You could be a faggot as well.
Yeah.
Still trying to be edgy.
Well, my brother met some comics because somebody who knew was dating some comic or something from like one of the comedy bar people.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, do you know this chick like Natalie or something?" I was like, "Natalie Norman." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, and he mentioned that she said she doesn't like my comedy.
Yeah.
But she thinks like she doesn't have any thoughts, like negative thoughts about me. I'm like, that's cool.
That's nice.
But then he told me that he met Jess Beaulieu.
Yeah.
And she hates me.
Yeah.
But why would you? If I were to meet Tommy Marshall's brother.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, I hate your brother.
No,
I would just be like, oh yeah, I know.
Timmy Marshall.
No, but isn't that a weird thing to tell somebody? Like,
no,
what
it is dumb. I have a version of that where I had a coworker who was talking shit about me for a bit to like seem better to me in the company, but she was saying it to one of my best friends at work, and he goes to me. He's like, why the fuck would she say it to me? I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense. I don't understand. Like when gossiping is like everybody does it a bit.
Yeah.
But you don't go like I'm not gonna go to Nebin and be like Josh Infald is such a pussy bitch.
Yeah.
I'll tell him he's a pussy bitch to his face.
Yeah.
He says,
love that.
he is.
I love that.
But yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Going to your brother, that's
And I
your
think
brother hates you.
I think it's a natural instinct for comedians to hate each other. I look at it like, okay, I may hate certain people in the scene right now. I may dislike them, but I go like, if we both stay mutually involved in this long enough, there might come a point where I end up liking you. There might come a point where we actually end up getting along. But let me just be hateful until that happens. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's okay to talk shit, hate someone. Like Jess Beaulieu or whatever, I've never said 2 words to.
Yeah,
but I could see in her face when she looks at me with hatred and disdain and disgust because of her fucking overweight friend Natalie Norman, who I have an issue with.
Fucking overweight bitch.
You fat hog.
I've never even met her.
Oh, she's gross and stupid and ugly. Yeah, and fat.
Yeah, does she probably joke about like sucking dick and shit in parking lots?
Well, she talks about like her
Nebin just wants his dick sucked in a parking lot. Who's got jokes about sucking dicks in parking lots?
Give me a list.
No. Yeah, I think there's a bit of. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a bit of a war of attrition where it's like there's so many people who quit and stop or whatever that if you're around long enough, eventually some people you used to hate. I'm not going to say you ever like them, but you just kind of go like, you're around. You say hi.
Who's one person that you didn't like at first but you like now?
Daniel Sanker. I think I'll like him eventually.
Lee. I didn't like Lee at first.
Oh yeah, what was that
not
story
for long,
you told
though.
me?
It wasn't for long.
He told me a story when he first, he was at the comedy bar, brand new, just trying to, scope out the scene. And he was in his head going like, oh, I should talk to that guy or that guy. And he said when he got to me, he goes, not that guy. He skipped over.
You just looked unwelcoming.
He told me I had, whatever the resting bitch face
of men
is. He's like, you have that.
He has resting, asshole face.
Yeah.
Apparently. But I liked him shortly after. It didn't take long. But, yeah, I didn't. But a real answer, if there's anyone who for, a longer period of time, the only person I can think of that I don't like, I still don't like, but they're not involved in my life at all, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've stayed consistent.
I don't know.
I still hate everybody that I've always hated.
Yeah? No, there's at least somebody you've turned around, and I know
I'm trying to think about it.
There's
somebody that I hated,
and it's somebody
like
who
now.
ended up being nice to you, and then you started liking them. I can't think of it, but that's because you're right. You're such a fucking.
I've had people where I thought they were I didn't hate them, but I just didn't really like them, and then they grew on me.
Oh, I thought of one, but it wasn't their fault or whatever. It was what's her name? Asian comic. She's half Japanese.
Cassie Cow?
No. She's Chinese. She's
Yeah.
Chinese. Jen Staccato, right?
Okay.
Oh.
So I was at a show once that I got booked on, and Jen shows up after me. I'm hanging out with Jeremy Dobsky and a couple others, whatever people she knows, and she walks in and she says hi, big hugs to everybody, and then literally she does there's a look, and then she just turns her head and doesn't even and we don't know each other that well, but I figured hey or whatever, but ghosts me, right? And then I was and then even Dobsky noticed. He's like, oh, that was kind of weird, and I'm like, oh, you just saw that, right? And then she does it again. Just again when she's leaving, doesn't say hi, whatever, right? And then I think the next time I'm at a show and she's there, Dobsky's there again, and he mentions it, and then she's like, wait, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Daniel Sanker. And she's like...
So she didn't know you were a comic?
No, she didn't know she thought I was a different comic that she hates and has been, just... I don't know if it's Joe Botello or something like that, but,
yeah, I was trying to think right now, who looks like you?
Ralphie May. Fluffy.
Neil. We both look
Neil?
like Fluffy, you Mexican.
If we had a kid.
Yeah.
Fluffy.
Yeah. But that was the
so
only
she
one.
just
So
thought
I
you were
didn't like
somebody
her
else,
for a
I didn't like
few
Lee
weeks.
when I first met him.
Yeah, I didn't like
Yeah.
Nebin either.
How do you feel
Good.
now?
I
He
love
messaged me, and I didn't know who the fuck he was, so I blocked him.
No, that's not the story.
I think he still blocked on my account. Let me unblock you, Nebin.
No.
You want to block him? I'll block him so the world stays balanced.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I was impersonating Josh, so I was messaging other bookers and shit, ask Josh Infald. So I created a fake account, and I started posting comments on his stuff. That's when he blocked me because he thought it's a fake Bitcoin scam account.
Okay.
Not because.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing back then when people
Yeah.
were getting their accounts
I
hacked
got
or whatever.
Brovos, Janice's, and Steve DeGay's account banned or hacked through
really?
me because one guy got me. Somehow.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I fucking took down Brovos 8K, 9K followers. The best thing I ever done. The world needs less of Brovo on the internet.
Brovo's green.
Look at my rickshaw, guys. Nobody cares about you, Brovo. All your posts is just summed up into 3 photos.
I like this shit that Josh, his trolling of Brovo online is the
best. What's Brovo trolling?
Yeah.
Just
so funny.
different things. his post that he's clear. Well, everybody can see what he's doing, right? It was
Yeah.
like his favorite comics of the month post.
Right.
Oh yeah,
And it's
that-
always
so
this like,
disgusting.
come on,
that
like,
made Lee mad recently.
come on. Oh, like, okay, we gotta find, okay, comic with a burqa. Love her, like,
Yeah,
You know what I
it's,
mean.
it's so calculated.
So
It's
that means that every week
and
there'll
then
be Jared
but then
Nathan.
he'll have somebody who's like, then he'll have like Rob Mayu or somebody who, just so it's not so obvious.
Yeah.
Or then I was like, okay, come on.
So
We
I
see
believe
what
every
you're
week there should be Jared Nathan on the fucking.
You know what? I'm gonna start doing that, but only put comics that would make people mad. And I don't mean like Lee, but
Yeah.
like I put it in my top 10 list, and I put
Hey, Nevin, check this out.
Oh, you're blocked.
You're-
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
blocked.
you're
unblocked. Wow.
Nevin's officially unblocked, and I'm following him.
Oh, he's following me too.
oh,
Yeah,
my
that's
god.
cute.
You know
Yeah,
what was
big-
awkward?
Big moves.
You know what was awkward with Jared Nathan? It wasn't awkward of him. It was awkward of Mitchell.
Oh yeah, tell that.
And he was there for it. So in Comedy Bar, in the green room,
I just want to say Mitchell is. I've decided recently is underratedly awkward at sometimes.
well, okay, he's talking to Nicole, his girlfriend.
Yes.
and
Who we
like, to
can't
me,
stop
every-
mentioning.
My girlfriend. My girlfriend's a fucking white trash.
So I forget.
is my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend.
So he's talking about whatever,
white
and
food.
he says something. Such and such is retarded.
Yeah.
You're allowed to laugh. It's a podcast.
Come on, Dad.
Here, you can use my mic.
So
I'll admit the girlfriend is white trash joke had me. that was really funny. I didn't even know how you remembered that.
so he
It was
goes.
so awful.
He says he's like something is retarded, and then Jared's there, and he goes, "Sorry, Jared," and. Yeah, but like, it wasn't as a. If he said that as a joke, that would be funny.
yeah.
That's a funny
Yeah,
joke, right?
yeah.
And then Jared's like, "What?" And he's like, I don't care. And he's like, "No, you're giving me a look." But I didn't catch a
There
look.
was
Did
not
you
a single
catch
look.
Jared giving him a look? Like,
Yeah,
I don't think he was.
He did. It's just that Jared then said, "Are you insecure?" Like to his
Oh
fucking
yeah,
face.
he's like, no, he's like, come on,
Mitchell
you're upset that I
froze.
said like retarded. He's like, no, I'm like, no, that's actually very insulting because now
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying he's retarded, but like,
yeah.
and then he's like, and then he was saying, no, you're just pushing your insecurity on me, and he kind of like,
Oh yeah.
he didn't get like
so it did turn
physically
into
into his
something.
face,
Yeah.
but he didn't get like threatening,
Yeah,
but
no,
he's
no,
just
no,
like,
no. Yeah.
he's just like called
it
him out
turned
on
into
it.
And I was the
real-
reason for it because Mitchell was calling me a retard, like in front of Jared.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Jared kind of took offense to it.
See,
Like,
I didn't notice that, but maybe
a little
yeah.
bit, because like I think he took more offense when he addressed that like, oh, you are a fucking
Yeah, well, that's
you
what
are
you're
something.
doing. Yeah.
And like like
It was just an awkward situation.
not only that, he had a
yeah.
very awkward moment with me too, like fucking
That time or a different story?
similar, right? It was happening in the green
Okay.
room. He's just
It was an awkward
What
night
was
for him. I
what
think.
is the awkward situation? You
When
guys
he's like
had?
unbuttoning your thing, right?
unbuttoning my fucking what do you say, West, and he said like he makes more money than me or something.
Which isn't true.
Which isn't actually true. I make more money than you, Mitchell.
No, the reason he said that.
he big dogs him. He's
No,
like,
the reason he
I
said
could
that.
buy you 10 times
That's
over.
because he was wearing his vest, and he said like, "Oh, you look like you should be parking my car or something." And then he goes,
valet.
and then he
Okay.
says,
Yeah.
"Yeah," and he's like,
Valid.
he goes like, huh, "You don't own a car,"
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
I made a
I
joke.
guess he took that, and he goes, "I make more money than you," or something. And then, which actually,
Oh, you counterpunched him, and then he just went
Yeah.
serious.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
like,
yeah, look, that's such a bitch
which I
move.
actually do know. Maybe he got a raise. I don't know, but if it couldn't have been that significant because I do know what they both make. You know,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like,
Because he's a
Yes.
Jew.
and also another thing I made. I
takes in
have a
their income
second
at the
job
bank.
as well.
Penny counter.
well, he's a university graduate and stuff.
Yeah, so like I'm not a fucking guy who used to fucking brew lattes. So
I like that he looks in the camera like he's doing a wrestling promo.
I
don't brew lattes, brother.
and this Sunday.
show the 24-inch pythons. I think I don't know why Mitchell doesn't have a bit about this,
Yeah.
but the reason he got fired, and this is such a Mitchell reason, the reason he got fired from his
Barista
what do you
job,
call it?
right?
the barista
Yeah,
job was for not being a team player. I think that's so funny. Just
That's so funny. There's a joke in there for sure.
There has to be a bit there.
But I want to have him on and find out that story because what did he do to
As a
not be a
barista.
team
Call
player?
up the place.
yeah, like, is it? Yeah, like how much teamwork does it really take?
To be a barista, I thought it's only one guy that makes your coffee. So there's not much teamwork there.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I guess it's behind the scenes team shit.
Yeah.
He just said, "Hey, can you pass the milk? I'm texting Nicole."
I think so. Mitchell was in a
telling her
weird
I
mood
love
that
you,
night,
love
though.
her.
Yeah, he was.
He had a weird
He
set.
had a good set.
No, he was like the people in the audience. They were like, they were talking, but it was kind of. They weren't heckling. It was like they're kind of like it was fun, right? And people had fun with it, you know.
I like this brown on brown crime.
And
I
And then he
really
just
don't
started,
hate
like-
him.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't respect him.
He's-
Right.
he
That's the
started
problem.
arguing with them, and it was like he was like, "You're talking." They're like, "No, we're not. We're just." And then it was like it got very awkward, and then he just didn't finish his set, and he walked off.
Sure.
And,
Oh, which bar was this at?
at comedy bar. It was
Oh,
that
comedy
night,
bar.
so it was a whole.
Yeah.
I think he
Oh,
was
it
just in a
happened that
weird
night.
mood like that
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
So
Let's pick on a new target. I feel like Mitchell's already.
Well, I thought you guys
enough
were all
of a
like,
failure.
wedding friends or whatever.
no,
well,
I'm
you
friends.
love him, obviously.
Yeah,
You had him
yeah.
at your wedding.
No, I think Nebin is a bit. Yeah, he has like. Well, okay.
He's in love.
When
with
Okay,
you.
Nebin,
okay.
well, okay, Nebin. Okay, he went.
Nebin's in love with you.
We went to this.
Accept it.
Okay,
That's
there-
the title of the episode. Nevin is in love with Josh.
so we did this. We're at what's
Don't tell me what to
Growers
do.
World, and he ate this mystery cookie, they called it, and then he ate it, and they were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he ate the whole thing!" Like so, like he was fucked, right?
Yeah.
And he's walking behind. We're on the sidewalk, and he's just like laughing to himself and just be like in his own world. And he goes like he like looks at Mitchell. He's like, "You suck." And Mitchell looked so self-conscious because it came from a real place. I don't think you suck, Mitchell. It was just like it was such a funny thing.
It was funny. I was talking to Matt, the owner from the Royal, and I was talking about like, why the fuck didn't you put me on as much as you could have? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
Like, why have I always been put outside of shit? And he's just like, you know what, man? I actually thought about that, and to think of all the times I had to walk in on Mitchell Alvis's shitty set.
Don't put that out there.
I don't give a fuck. He's like, I should have put you.
Delete it. We have too much.
No,
stuff on-
Mitch shouldn't care. He shouldn't. Because, like, if he's honest with us.
And this is
Oh my god.
I stopped caring because I don't really consider myself a comic anymore because I'm very in and out. I don't like.
Same.
I don't
I
grind.
don't consider myself part of the scene.
I don't
Same,
grind.
same.
Like,
Yeah, no one else does
but you
either.
should because you're still
Perfect.
young. You should maybe like.
Well, it depends. Are you trying to, like, ideally,
Are you trying to
would
ingratiate
you-
yourself with all these fucking people that you think you should be nice to? Hey! Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I have a funny story about that.
About this woman walking by.
Yeah, that's a bartender, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Oh no! Wait, I have to rebuttal the one thing. This is why Matt, the owner's a piece of shit, is because I have the opposite story from back in the Royal days.
Yeah.
Is I was doing the sound because I was a fucking cuck to Matt to let us record there or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And Mitchell's up there and he's doing fine. Nothing crazy. It's an open mic night, so it's not.
Let me
like
just
he's, like,
clarify.
unusual.
Mitch does well with audiences, which is fine. But if you're like, you see him often, it's like the same joke.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
I'm saying. I actually love Mitch a lot.
Yeah,
I think Mitch is great.
I do too.
I think he's a great guy. I think he's fun on the podcast.
Yeah,
But,
I
I was
agree.
just mentioning that because it is fun to pick on him.
It's
that's
like
all
same.
it is. It's fun
I
to
just,
pick on
I
people.
just don't respect his comedy. That's all. Like he's. I
He just undid what you just said. You gave a real nice send off to be like, look, this is why we're joking.
No,
it's
I-
all in
Nevin
jest.
jumps in.
And then Nevin goes,
I actually think Mitchell really dislikes you, but he doesn't say it because of me.
yeah.
But because
I feel that too.
I feel it because I think
think
he's
yeah.
He
then do
really
you
doesn't
actually
like when you
dislike
rip
him?
into
I
him.
actually-
He-
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it like
so you guys
bothers
don't like
him.
each other.
Like if
That's-
I rip on him, it's
And
it's
fine.
one thing, but
And it's
I think
okay.
he doesn't like.
when it comes from Nebin, it's like, oh,
You
I
think
already
there's
fucking
certain
hate
people
that
that
guy.
Mitch allows? He's like, oh, I'll take it because it's this person. I've known him for this long, this and that. But then sees Nebin as like maybe a newbie, maybe as a guy that he's not familiar with.
Yeah.
And that's what bugs him.
It was like when Siamak Aziman. You probably don't. He came on the scene very shortly, And I message him every once in a while. He was very funny. He never got good at stand-up, and that's not an insult to him. He knows, like, he just didn't do it
It's
long
a craft,
enough.
and he never figured it out.
Yeah, but he was so funny. And Mitchell hated him because the way he would, like, rip on him. And
that's funny.
I think that's why. He might tell you differently. But I remember once Cy Kit just lost it on him because he just started like ripping on Cy so hard, and it wasn't like the typical, like he didn't like do like ching chong shit, like it was just like
Mitchell used to do a Cy accent too.
Sorry,
Mitchell used to do a Cy impression.
He did, yeah. But Siamak, I mean, was ripping.
It
was ripping on Cy, and oh man, Cy. I've never seen Cy like not.
Yeah.
And it's probably confusing. Like if Cy gets mad at you, you don't know if he's joking because of his accent and the way he talks. Like, is he mad? You know, you're just a fucking asshole. You're like, oh shit!
You're good one.
That's
You're so funny.
That's a good sign.
You're clever. Yeah. That's the thing about you. You're clever.
Right.
I wanted to finish the story. So yeah, Matt, the owner, the opposite. This is where I don't know where he stands. Mitchell was on stage doing whatever. And Matt walks over to me and he goes, Mitchell is so funny. And then I just remember thinking, I'm like, he's doing fine. Like, I've seen Mitchell do better than this. This is just like open mic stuff. So I don't know I don't know what changed that like Matt is now in retrospect looking back.
Because that's who he brought up as an example.
Maybe he was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
You don't.
But I don't know now which situation he was being sarcastic. He was either being sarcastic to Lee or sarcastic to me.
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine, so I'll go. Hopefully he was being sarcastic to Lee. But also that guy does not own a club anymore, so it doesn't matter.
But I really love this.
He's traveling. He's in Japan right now.
So he has that much money that's what he does. He just travels. Like
he was in India like 2 weeks ago. And then he was in Japan, and he's gonna be back in town. I think this week. So
he has to run out of money eventually, right? Like he needs his next business.
I guess I don't know what he's up to, but he's coming back in town, and we're gonna party.
Sure you are. Sure you are.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so the just a quick story about a mutual acquaintance of ours that may or may not work here. So last week we were here, and we went to go pay our bills after the podcast. And I noticed Lee was kind of, probably just for shits and giggles, putting on the charm a little bit with the person behind the bar. Just a little like, hey, a little wink, wink. This was his vibe. Right? And so he...
Friendly.
Yeah, friendly, but like, which is very, it's odd for Lee. So I didn't know what he was doing. He was smiling. But he leaves... And she goes. She's like, "Oh, by the wait, your friend is kind of cute."
Ooh,
right? And I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do you? And then she goes,
"That's what's up."
She goes, "Yeah, she's pretty cute." And then I realized it wasn't you. She was talking about Artemis.
Artemis?
That's what's up.
Artemis, you cock block.
I would have figured it was Neil.
Your friend is
he's
cute.
adorable. I find him very charming.
Who's that guy that smells like almonds? He's cute.
Nutman Neil.
Oh,
Nutman.
Yeah.
Neil. Never met him, but would love to meet him one day.
Everybody loves that guy. He's definitely a danger to somebody, but
yeah, does he? Is he all there? And
that's
is he all there? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? I don't think I don't think he's stupid or anything. I think he's probably pretty smart. But
yeah,
he wrote a book. But like, is he like? Does he have? He wrote a book. Well, I didn't read it.
Jose wrote a book.
20 pages, and there's at least 30 words on each page.
It's about the same writing ability as
it's
a Dr.
pamphlet
Seuss
with
book.
a hardcover.
Yeah. It's when he pulled that
but he's
out,
putting him. He's doing something.
He's
right.
not morbidly obese.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll give him
His
that.
book, I read it at work, had me in tears.
It's
I was
funny?
fucking howling. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
have the
so
book?
funny.
Like
not
the
on me right
paperback?
now, but I'm gonna give it to a friend for his birthday.
hardcover.
But
He gave Lee the one hardcover he has.
and dude, there's like, it's like his original. There's like mistakes that are underlined.
Wow.
It's so
That's
good.
amazing.
That's interesting.
I had to put it down and wipe my tears from laughing.
Man, I want to get a hold of that.
Oh yeah, like My buddy's birthday is in maybe a few weeks. If I see you again, I'll I'll show you it.
And
no, he's
Or you can take photos of it.
he's something else, man. I actually love Neil.
Yeah.
Like quite a bit. He's
I love the
Character.
stories of him like in like DMs and stuff because I can relate to it, and it's just I love how he puts
Who else
himself
can
out
relate
there.
to it?
Like he wears his Nutman jersey. Like he's like he doesn't care.
I think he reminds every guy
and
of
like you said, he
themselves.
doesn't have shame. Who said it? One of you said it, right?
Yeah.
And
Do it,
that's
said
what
it.
you need.
Well-
Like to be what he's being.
I think if you're honest with yourself, he reminds guys of themselves. Like he's so all that little extra work, all those shit that he puts in or whatever. There's something so kind of relatable to it, and it's embarrassing. It's kind of it's fun to watch, and he's just that guy, and he's an entrepreneur. He has his own business, writes a book, is putting himself out there in comedy.
Did he inherit that business or?
Yeah.
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 It's his dad's.
So,
His
but
parents, whatever.
I think we talked about it too. Where like it
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
a
yeah.
certain type where it's just like most people probably don't want to inherit that responsibility. Like, hey, I want to go do my own thing. But
Yeah.
Neil's that guy that like, I'll take on this family business. And you go, all right, well that says something about a person. Overall, Neil just he is a go-getter, and I see big things in that guy's future.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Round
and
of
fuck
applause for
Andrew
Neil.
Barr and fuck Kyle Lewis.
Fuck Bravo.
Nice thing
Fuck
to
man. We love Brovo on this podcast.
Oh, I love Brovo.
Yeah.
I love Mitch. Just to state
Mitch,
that.
Brovo, yeah.
I
Um,
actually like them, but
That's
not
fine, you don't have
Mitch,
to like 'em.
maybe.
no, you don't. You can dislike whoever
Exactly.
you want.
Yeah.
That's like, and also you don't want to be fake. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't like someone, you don't have to be an asshole and be like, "Fuck you" every time
yeah.
you see them. But like, you can.
I'm always nice
Fucking turn your
to
head.
the people that I hate.
Hey, you know who grew on you though? Alex. Didn't you not
Alex
like him
did-
at first? Do it.
I still don't like him.
Oh.
I like
I'm not gonna lie, Nebin's the greatest. Nebin's the greatest.
But you do respect him.
I
think.
respect him because the hustle that he's putting online and like I love how his comedy has improved over the
Yeah,
years, which I respect. Him, he's still that fucking dickhead. Like,
What's the dickhead part of him?
because he pretends
To
to
you.
be a man. I think he. Like lean into it, you lesbian. Like
lesbian.
Beach, lesbian, beach.
lesbian. Manny from Scarface.
Well, when I a long time ago, I shared a picture of him next to Dana, and I said, "Oh, Dana with her ex like lesbian lover or something." And my aunt messaged me. She's like, "Oh my God, no way! I didn't know this about Dana." And I was like, "No, it's
That's a man.
yeah." I will say though, it's sometimes in pictures he does look a bit feminine, but not
Sure.
in person.
No, not in person.
Not-
His sister, man. Jacqueline.
She looks so much like
it's
him.
fucking him, dude. They might as well have been separated like conjoined twins at birth. They
Yeah.
look identical.
I
And
love
then I looked at him like, oh my God, I guess this means I'd fuck Alex do it.
you hear that? Do it.
Yeah. At that part, rewind it.
Jacob
No, but
Silva's always
he's
bothering
great, yeah.
Alex about his youngest sister because they're close to the same age.
Yeah.
And she is like not bad looking.
Really?
Yeah, not at all.
I can't imagine any of the wits being bad
Yeah.
looking. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
But she doesn't look like DeWitt.
yeah.
Like she doesn't have that same
that
like
same
thing.
feature sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could see like some similarities, but like no, she's good looking. And so DeWitt, I mean Silva, he goes pretty hard.
Of course.
Not to
Yeah.
her, but to Alex about her. Like, oh, is your sister gonna be there tonight? I want to whatever, you know.
I've heard stories about Silva not having too many boundaries of bothering people about their siblings or cousins
Or nieces that play tennis.
niece- I forgot about that. Yeah.
Silva goes pretty hard.
I can't believe he's attracted to her. She loses so much. want to date a winner.
Oh, she's sweet.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
a nice girl.
Yeah.
Hey, do they have food here?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have wings
It's just
here.
a simple like pub stuff or whatever.
No, because I'm pretty
Get-
hungry.
getting
I will
hungry?
say, and I'm gonna
Um,
eat something after.
I'm just gonna play. We'll finish
I
this
might
with Lee did send us a news clip, which I'm excited about.
Wow.
Hopefully you can hear this. I don't know.
Watch as the windows at this Burger King are smashed in with crowbars. The damage is extensive. Glass litters the restaurant. But this isn't the work of vandals. They work at Burger King, and they found themselves victims of one whopper of a prank. The drama unfolded after employees at the Burger King got an urgent phone call from someone claiming to be from the local fire department. The caller instructed them to break the windows right away because there was a gas leak and the restaurant could explode.
They found themselves in one whopper of a problem.
I
The
know.
news is the
What a
worst.
piece of shit. They are. A business is losing money, and they're like, I'm gonna have a pun. I'm gonna have a clever, clever Andrew Barr type pun.
But what's funny is like they're smashing out the windows with crowbars. Like what Burger King has a crowbar in the
I
back?
know. Get the-
and the bar and Burger King, he was actually in an ad for Burger King Canada.
Oh yeah.
And he has a lame
Yeah,
joke
good for
about
I
it.
had to watch it. I had to watch it at the dentist. 'Cause
Oh,
I don't really
I
watch,
feel bad
I watch
for you,
TV,
man.
but I saw it and I was like, yeah.
I should say I don't have an issue with Andrew Barr. I did forget.
Nevin is the biggest hater.
I know I'm the biggest hater ever.
No, okay. I didn't actually finish my story why he offered me $20, right? So like
No, we all assumed you sucked his dick. That was
no, no.
Lee said he
So
sucked
that's
his
the
dick.
allegations. I gotta clear
seen it.
my name.
And when Lee says it, it's true.
Yes.
So you sucked his dick. What's the rest of the story?
Okay, so the rest of the story. So he headlined, and he clearly saw that I wasn't laughing at any of his stuff. So he kind of like pulled me aside because I was the only person. I think it was me and Dana that went there, and I wasn't laughing. He was asking me like, "Is everything okay?" and everything. I was like, "No, man." So I was making up shit to make him feel good. So I was saying like, "Oh man, I just didn't eat for like a couple of days. You know, I'm broke." I was just like making shit. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
I'll give you $20. Don't worry." Like,
Who's this?
Andrew Barr.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't laugh because he wasn't funny.
He came
And
up to you like a waiter, like I
Yeah.
noticed you didn't like your food. Like
Yeah, and I'm like, who asked? I've never had a
loser.
comedian come up to me. Never had a comedian come up to me, and then he started talking about his life. Like, oh, when I was 20-year-old, there was a lot of comics in the scene who gave me money and helped me. Like, what are you
what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, if I saw Nevin not laughing at myself, I'd be like, oh, he doesn't understand English.
Yeah.
I just move on.
I probably should have done that. I don't speak in English.
You know what though? This proves Nevin is a ruthless piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Because the
Nevin
story
rocks.
is he just was a nice guy and gave you $20, and you go,
He's like, fuck
I
him.
didn't want that. Fuck him.
But did you take the money?
No.
Yeah.
But
Okay, then
but
you can
thanks
shit.
for
Yeah,
the $20, you piece of shit.
good guy. That is a story of a good guy. That was a
That is
very
a
nice
good
thing
thing
to
to
do.
Even-
No,
like,
he was
this is
trying to
not-
bribe Nevin to fucking laugh at his shit next time.
Probably once
I've never approached somebody for not laughing. That's a
Exactly.
weird. What, you're not going to hear something you like,
Right. It's like
and are you going to take the feedback like from
And
that
most-
one person? If the whole audience is laughing, like
that's really psychopathic to walk up
Yeah.
to somebody and be like, "Hey, I noticed
I
you not
haven't thought
laughing.
about it
you
that
want
way."
money?" Like, what an asshole! I'm glad I blocked
Thank
him.
you.
Yeah. Unless he gives me $20, I'll unblock him.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like the only time a comic has offered me money though. Olivia Stadler, she has thrown change at my face.
Has she?
Yeah, but it was like not like.
That's
no,
funny.
But it has
that can't be
context.
nice. Fuck Olivia Stadler. I don't like Olivia Stadler.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it had
yeah.
like a little bit of a context to it.
What kind of money? Were they rupees?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was
alright.
like change, because they were doing some. It was him and the other guy, the curly hair guy who looks like Joe List if Joe List was a faggot.
He's right
Jacob
here.
Balshin. Jacob yeah. Yeah, Jacob Balshin. So they were like.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing like the Tuesday bucket.
That's actually
shit.
accurate. That was now
Okay.
you describe.
So-
that was
so
pretty good.
There was this girl and this guy.
I keep saying goal, and
like,
I'm
they were
hearing
at
seagull.
the bar
Yeah.
and they were doing their thing, and they just like thought, oh, you look like Aziz Ansari or something like that. The girl was kind of like into me for some reason, and
You're such low self-esteem.
no,
She was into me.
I did get.
I
bitches.
don't know why.
But it's just
Who are you, Mitchell Elvis?
Hey, that was too far. So like she was like, okay, come sit with me and everything. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go up if the bucket comes in. And this bitch was being so fucking obnoxious throughout the.
Who's this?
This random fan, like random,
Some
like
chick, yeah.
some
Yeah.
random
Random
customer
chick.
at comedy bar, and so she brought her friend, and they were both like heckling, and I was sitting next to them, right? So Olivia thought that I'm part of their
Click.
crew
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, and she didn't know that I was a comic, and comics do not sit up front. So it's like
Right,
my
right, right.
second time,
Yeah.
like maybe doing comedy. So I didn't know that comics should be like hanging out with the back with the boys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't know like all the rules and shit. And so she gave me like $20 to go and get some fucking drinks for her. So
Go fetch
Look,
me some
yeah.
drinks.
I
Were you wearing this?
Look,
You're right. He looks like he works at Nobu.
I never disliked or liked Olivia per se. She's
Yeah.
always been friendly with me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hearing this, I love her.
Yeah, that's really funny. That's really
She's
funny.
awesome.
So give me some drinks.
Well, okay,
loser.
I think I always, because she gives me these like, she doesn't look at me. That's the thing. But I've heard she's awkward, so maybe I shouldn't.
that could be
hate
an
her.
awkward thing.
No,
Yeah,
she has that vibe about it. But when I see her, we hey, what's up? I remember once like I was with Becca.
Yeah,
and we were on a subway platform, and Olivia was on the other side of the subway. It was Ossington Station, and apparently, and I don't quite remember this, but we saw each other from across this thing, and she waved, and I guess like I don't know what I did. And Becca starts laughing, and she goes like, "That was the most dismissive, like, hey, what?"
yeah, we're okay.
Oh,
we're okay.
can I get
Are
a
you
Pabst,
okay?
please? Yeah. Thank you. No, but shout out to Olivia.
So anyway, continue your.
Oh, Olivia's Chandler bit. Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somehow I told the person. She said, "Oh, I'll come to you. Where do you sit?" So like, okay, fine. But I gave her the money first. So she came back with the drinks and the change.
Yeah.
And for some reason, this bitch like took the change and put it on the bucket and said like, this is for like charity or something. So Olivia got offended and said, and then my name was supposed to be out of the bucket.
Yeah.
And so the girls were like, oh my god, yeah. I said, Olivia's like, she ripped the fucking note off. Like, you're not going up. And then she threw the change, and that's like, you're a fucking bitch for that.
I'm so
Like,
confused by this story. Not that I followed
Yeah.
the whole thing, but
She
why
purposely got your name and ripped it?
No, yeah, somehow, like comedic timing, my name comes out of the bucket.
Yeah.
And it says, oh, that's me. So I was like, very nice, like, yes, madam, can I please
Yeah.
do my 4? And she's like, nope, because you're hanging out with a bunch of fucking ruckus guys.
Yeah.
She took the change, and I think after the person who went, she like just threw the change, and then the girl left with her friend. So not only did I do comedy, I didn't bang the chick. I just got chains thrown at my face. That was a great
you
night.
know who hates Olivia Stadler? Our new friend Holly. So second podcast in a row, I've given you a shout out, Holly. But she was actually in the front of the first one. But
Nice.
yeah, she
Shout
hates her because they got in some
Squabble.
Some little thing.
squabble.
Yeah.
Let's call that.
Squabble. That is what this whole thing has been about.
Squabble.
I did.
Man, I have so much hate. I should calm down.
No, but it's not hate with you.
No.
I don't feel like it. Like
I don't hate
okay, maybe it's
people.
hate, but it's
true.
not rage.
It's not
like
rage.
it doesn't consume you.
Because I know I'm better than. I'm kidding. No, it's just that, like, comedy for me is like very important. Like, like I don't know, these folks they don't hang out with me like we have, but you know me, right? Like how much I value comedy. Like how Ryan Long said to you about like Ryan Long. You tell that the Ryan Long's theory about music and comedy, right? I think that's like a great.
I don't remember this story.
Okay. So
Maybe if you remind me, I can.
okay,
like,
I'll tell you what it is. So Ryan Long has this interesting take where he loves hanging out with musicians who don't have his taste of music.
Oh, right. Okay, now,
Now
so
Josh can say that.
he was saying, like, he genuinely finds all his comedy friends funny because he was saying that a lot of, like, friendship kind of revolves around, like, humor when you think about it. And so, like, if he doesn't respect their comedy, he doesn't hate them, but, like, he just
Can't be
won't,
close,
he
can't be
can't
friends.
be their
That won't be
friend
one of
and
my
be like
best friends.
phony about it.
Sure.
But you could be a musician and be like, okay, like, I don't like rap, for example, but you're a
But I could be
rapper.
a friend.
I'm
Right.
friends with you, or
Yeah.
so.
No, comedians were just more cunty, I guess. I don't know.
Because he was a musician before he was a comic, so he
Right. He knows both
he was
worlds.
saying he
Yeah.
had friends that he didn't listen to their music, but he liked
But I
them.
also kind of like being friendly or like cool with comedians that
Yeah.
off stage I get along with them, we laugh,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think they're funny. But I also don't like their comedy.
Yeah.
Because that's always a subject that we could talk off stage. Like we could always sort of like lean into like, oh yeah, like you're still doing that bit.
You're actually
and,
right
and
about
that's
that.
what makes it a little bit enjoyable to
Yeah.
sort of like rip on each other in that sense. Because I don't know, like how I think most families are like this, but there's like a meanness aspect to
Yeah.
living in the same house with somebody the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't always kiss at or love each other.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stuff
Part of your
love.
personality, part of your whatever is always gonna like at some point annoy the other. But you're still family. You still get along and it's fun and it's loving. And that's how I look at maybe friendships. Where it's just like we're not always gonna see eye to eye. And if we did, that's creepy.
Yeah.
It's creepy to always just agree with one another and love the same shit constantly. Not even couples that are in love do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why am I going to do with some fucking random dude? What?
No. I'm just.
Where
no,
we
we're-
at?
100%
we're-
agree with that.
Yeah. I'll admit I have friends in comedy that I don't think are that funny.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
But I mean, it's not like I hang out with them that often, but I like them as people, and
Yeah.
And some people are fun-ish to like talk to off stage, but whatever mind tells them to tell those jokes, I don't really find funny.
So there was this guy. He doesn't do comedy anymore. He was a great guy, and I was friends with him. I'm still like friendly with him, and he would always ask like, "Am I funny?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, of course you do." But like I couldn't just like
Bring yourself up. To
Yeah.
I could, like I didn't find him funny,
Yeah.
and it was. And I think he knew that he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Maybe like he's funny. Like he'll send me a funny video, and it's like whatever. Like, but I just don't find him funny, and he knew it. Like he would always
You
ask.
can see it on your face. Yeah.
It was such an uncomfortable question. Like,
Because somebody's
don't be
seeking
that
your
low self-
validation.
Yeah.
Constantly like, hey, can you just give me this? Can you just tell me? Because I'm barely holding on here. It's like, dude, I think you know the answer. If you're honest with yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So, I
Shit
mean, it's
got
okay.
real.
And really, you don't need everybody to find you funny. At some point, because that helps develop I think, if you're a performer, like your comedy, it helps you zero in on what your shit is. Because you're always going to have people that do like it, and let's say most don't. But you got to find your niche, I think. Like, and also being loved by a lot of people has to be annoying.
Oh yeah.
Has to be. It's almost like we were talking about running into like an old high school person.
Yeah.
That's like being famous. I'm assuming, where
Yeah.
It is.
people walk up to you. I get annoyed, even like
Oh yeah.
by running. I remember a long time ago. I've said this before, but I like Ben Bankus. I like him.
Yeah.
But I remember once I was walking home from the beer store, and he was there, and I just crossed the street. Because I didn't want to talk to him. Because I just wasn't in the mood to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew I would have to. So I was just like, no. But that I still like him.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
So imagine being famous and you got everybody coming up to you.
Yeah.
That's got to be horrible.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Even at work too. Like I sometimes just get fucking annoyed when people are just like, because I would sometimes like we have like a fucking couch where I just go and relax. Then everybody will fucking one by one come around and ask me questions, and they're like, "Oh, tell me something funny. How was your day?"
Yeah.
Like, but then, like, since it's a workplace, like if it was a comedian, like go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
faggot.
yeah.
But like at work, you have to like pretend to be like nice because you got to see them for like 9 hours a day for 5 days a week.
You have to respond.
A good tip
in a
for
friendly
anybody
way.
who's going to go into a full-time job, don't be the funny guy. Don't be like the cool guy. Like, be low-key so that, like, if something happens, like any office drama, you're not part of it and you can have, like, a fucking awesome...
Be like me.
Yeah.
At my job, I look down. I don't say good morning. I stick to my desk, and I hear all this fun happening behind me. Colleagues that get along.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we should go to this thing. We should do that
go
or
to the
whatever.
rooftop
And I am
patio.
not welcome at all because of my vibe.
You don't hang.
Yeah.
And dude, you don't know the satisfying wash that comes over me. I'll just be like, I'm not part of this bullshit. I come here to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
And that was my problem
100%.
before, because when I would talk and get comfortable
Get
and
yourself
whatever,
trouble.
I get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
get
just
to know who you really
eventually.
are.
Yeah, exactly. I get too
You know
comfortable,
why?
I
Because
get
you're not
fired.
a team player.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to say anything before? You can have the last words. You can say whatever you want. We're gonna give it to Nebin after because I know he's gonna say something mean.
I've got nothing.
You got nothing.
God bless America.
Oh, all right.